Warriors, welcome to the Anxiety Guy podcast, episode number 345. I'm your host today, Dennis Simsek, and I'm completely grateful for your trust. Thank you so much for joining me here today. This podcast episode is brought to you by the brand new Anxiety Guy membership page. Head over to theanxietyguy.com today and find out more about our recent membership page, which will allow you to communicate with me twice per month, intimately within Q&A sessions, as well as so much more at theanxietyguy.com under membership. And friends, today in this podcast episode, I want to talk about putting your anxieties to the test. Because honestly, if you think about it, how often do we actually test our anxieties? This is a concept that, at first, will confuse some people, and it all depends on what stage in the healing process you are in. If you are in that stage or that chapter within anxiety healing that is later on, where you have done some very beneficial and messy inner work, then you understand the concept of putting your anxieties to the test. Because at this point in your healing journey, you realize that you don't have to go along with things that you used to go along with. Now let me get into these first. The feelings that spur on anxiety are initial perspectives from a side of you that is overly protective. Now, later on in the journey, people, these warriors, get a feeling, and yes, it spurs on anxiousness, but it doesn't spur on anxiety. Anything that spurs on anxiousness has the potential to spur on anxiety if in fact we give it our time, if in fact we give it our focus, if in fact we give it our energy, if in fact we speak in line with that anxiousness, if in fact we believe what is in line with that anxiousness, then it turns into anxiety. But many people who are in that stage where they are experiencing emotionally neutral experiences, states of being that are more at peace, understand that a feeling is just a feeling. They understand that anxiousness is just anxiousness. And, more often than not, they take that anxiousness and they go, you know what? What else could this mean? How do I know it's fear? How do I know it's anxiousness? How do I know? Just because my own subconscious mind and body are telling me something, do I really have to believe in it? So what happens later on is we start questioning things more often. And as we start questioning those things, we are not taking skill sets from others and applying them. No. What's happening is we are using our intuition that says, how can I test my anxiousness right here and right now? How can I test my anxiousness right here and right now? That's a powerful question. The thoughts, let's go into thoughts. The thoughts that spur on anxiety are guesses. They are guesses based around an attitude of better safe than sorry, born from your overly sensitized inner child. So we get feelings, we get thoughts, but more often than not, are those thoughts really ours? Have you ever stopped to think about whether an idea or a thought is actually yours? I mean, this is huge. This is absolutely massive for people dealing with anxiety because more often than not, they go, that's not my thought. That's something that has been programmed into me that has become unconscious, therefore it's not my thought. This is very, very important because more often than not, we confuse the idea of thinking and replaying. We think that we are thinking when in fact we're just replaying. And replaying goes hand in hand with the authority figures that we have mirrored over time. Mom, dad. When we look at one of those people, mom or dad, their understanding of love came down to worry. So, worry becomes our safety net over time because mom did it, because dad did it. But let me ask you this. Can you detach from that pattern of worry and still love mom and dad? To test our anxieties is to believe in an idea that defies our initial feelings and our replayed thoughts. The problem, however, is believing in something new, since worry has been our safety net for so long, as mentioned. What I want to do today is I want to give you just a couple of very simple guidances. And these words and these ideas I hope will speak to you, and you can start to use these to, in fact, start challenging your anxiousness. Okay? Because what's important for you to understand is that the earlier you catch your anxiousness developing, the better. Okay? Now that can come in the form of a feeling, that can come in the form of an idea, that can come in the form of you recognizing something on Facebook or Twitter and going, oh my God, could that be connected to me in some way? So it's important to understand that the earlier you catch your anxiousness developing, the better, because it's not turning into an emotion yet, it's just a feeling. It's not turning into anxiety yet, it's just anxiousness. It's not turning into a belief yet, it's just an idea. So the first thing that you can apply as you're going through the day and that initial feeling or anxiousness arises is say to yourself, hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. Or out loud, hold on a moment. And what you do in that moment is you start questioning what it is you're feeling. You start questioning the idea that comes with a feeling. You start questioning your attachment to something that just happened outside of you. So all you have to say is, hold on a moment, and that stops the cycle. Okay, the pattern needs to stop and it needs to be reversed. Because we need to start seeing through things. In my latest book, Beyond Anxiety, I share with you all of the potentials that may take place within this anxiety healing journey. So if you're reading Beyond Anxiety right now, I congratulate you. So, hold on a moment. Secondly, how much truth does the idea that comes with this feeling really have? Say to yourself, how much truth does the idea that comes with this feeling really have? And now, we're not trying to logic our way to healing. We're not trying to logic our way through these symptoms. What's happening is we're creating a wall that says you can't go any further. And that's the idea. When I was going through my anxiety disorders, because I had multiple and so many symptoms, I remember the one thing that my fiancée did each and every time she felt like I was getting anxious. She would punch me in the shoulder and therefore break my emotional state and get me to question what was really happening. Yes, we need to be in the present moment, but understanding that isn't enough. We have to do something. So every time she punched me on the shoulder, I said, oh my gosh, I am going down that rabbit hole. Thank you for breaking my state as much as I didn't like what you did, because now I have a chance. I'm giving myself an opportunity to reverse the anxiousness. Thirdly, change your body. All you have to do is change your body in those very moments where you start to initially feel the anxiousness arise or the idea that accompanies it. Change your body in some way. Instead of frowning, go ahead and implement a little bit of a smirk. Instead of your shoulders drooping, pull them back and feel empowered. Instead of breathing in a shallow manner, deepen your breathing. Instead of having your hands to the side, use your hands as hand gestures when communicating with somebody else. Do something that changes your body. Because these are the ways, my friends, that we can start to test our anxieties. Now again, a very important message from today, okay? Anxiousness doesn't mean anxiety, and the sooner you catch the anxiousness arising and do something different to what you've always done, you have the opportunity to break your state and go in a new direction. But let me warn you, you will start healing. Let me warn you, change will start arising. My question to you is, will you fight that change, and will you convince yourself that you are not worthy of that change, or you can't commit to that change, or whatever defense mechanism shows up? Or will you spend more time with the change? You need to start spending more time with your wins. And I'm talking about those small wins that you accumulate throughout the day, because you're having them. Pay attention to them, love them, understand them, and build on them, my friends. I love you all so much from the bottom of my heart. If this podcast is helping you, please go ahead and share it with somebody or a group in need. And my friends, if you're looking for the tools to heal anxiety for good, head over to theanxietyguy.com today. You are more than anxiety. Don't ever forget it. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
The most powerful anxiety guidebooks on true anxiety recovery are now available on Amazon. Pick up Beyond Anxiety and F Coping, Start Healing, and supercharge your healing journey today. Also visit www.theanxietyguy.com to connect with Dennis and find the right online program for you. Remember, you are more than anxiety. See you in the next podcast episode.